Anthony Slater here at Thunder training camp with Eric Horn, and day one's done for the Thunder. They got their 2 days going. We heard Billy Donovan for the first time. His first day as an NBA coach that included practice. He obviously had the Magic thing. He worked all summer. But, he was good after practice today, talking about how this team came in with a work ethic, 7:45 a.m. Practice starts at 10. Durant's in here at 7:45 a.m. Guys are trickling in. That kind of stood out to me. What really stood out to you?
Well, some of the things that stood out to me about Billy was when he was talking about defensively. It's going to take a little time for the Thunder to get to where they need to be, but he also talked a little bit about Enes Kanter and some of the transition that he's going to make, and some of the Thunder players are going to have to help him out, and they're going to help each other, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
We know about a lot of these guys. I mean, we've seen Enes Kanter play. We've seen pretty much this entire roster play besides Josh Huestis in campaign. We didn't talk much about Huestis today, but, there were some Cameron Payne questions. Durant said he's better than I imagined. Donovan seems to be impressed with just his feel for the game. I mean, I'm not ready to say this. We haven't seen him play. I'm not ready to say he's going to get minutes, but it just seems early on these guys are impressed by Cameron Payne.
Yeah, it seems like they like Cameron Payne, and it seems like they've already taken him in as like kind of a little brother figure. I mean, yesterday they were kind of palling around with him when he was on the television broadcast, and they've already got a nickname for him and everything. Smooth, yeah. And Cameron Payne said he didn't know where that came from exactly. He might be playing coy.
He told me it was Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has nicknamed him Smooth.
But it's interesting to see what's going to happen with Cameron Payne. He was one of the last guys on the floor today working on some free throw shooting, and I know you made threw a little comparison out there with some Mike Conley, but Billy wasn't falling for that one. He didn't want to make any comparisons, and
yeah, I mean they're not big about comparisons, especially Kevin Durant. He's not a guy who likes to compare people, but that's our job. And I do see a little Mike Conley in him. And that's just tape. We're gonna know a lot more in preseason and some different things. But as we mentioned, Billy Donovan and Kevin Durant talked to the press today. Here they are.
It's first day. We still gotta figure it out. It's the first day. It's something that like I said, we're smart players and we know how to figure things out. But it's still the first day.
Back to defense. How do you feel about the defensive contribution you can make this year? It talks a lot about your offense, but what about you?
Yeah, I think that's an underrated part of my game. I feel like I can guard 1 through 4, and I can switch with bigs, with point guards, and I can use my length a lot. And shot blocking, I think, is one of my strong suits as well. So I just have to be totally focused every single possession on it, and I haven't done a good job of that. But once I'm locked in and focused on what I have to do as a defender, I think I'm pretty good.
What's going to be your comfort with playing different positions coming off your injury stretch 4?
Man, like I said, I've been injured. I'm healed now, so I try not to think about it. If I'm on the court, I'm okay. So I'm the same player I was.
I thought it went well. Guys were obviously very, very excited. Certainly a lot of teaching to do. In the first couple hours, just trying to get a defensive system, a philosophy, and some of those things, and trying to break down and teach. So I thought we got a lot in, considering it was the first day.
Do you spend that first couple of days just putting your system in? Is that just a weekly deal, or how's it go? How long will it take?
Well, I think certainly you always want to. I don't think we're any different than probably any other team. You're trying to establish a defensive identity of how you want to play, and so much of the game is played in pick and roll, and what your coverages are and how you're defending becomes very, very important. And then certainly getting back in transition and stopping the ball, those kind of things. So that's just like I think a constant process of working on those things each and every day.
How much work putting Kevin through early? Are you kind of easing back into it, or is he just doing everything like everybody else?
Kevin right now is doing everything like everybody else. He's obviously fully cleared to play, and he was in here early this morning working like he always does. I've said, I think, many times before, I really admire his work ethic and his discipline to take care of the things he needs to get himself to take care of to get himself ready to play. So, but he's fully cleared. He did everything today. He was out here the whole entire time, and he was great.
Yeah, I think guys feel comfortable in their roles, and I'm not talking about on the court, but just with leadership and being able to speak up and help out. And it's good to have that continuity. We don't have continuity with the coaching staff now, but we do with the players. So I think it'll help us pick things up quicker.
How much is the first couple of days just learning the system, offense, defense, stuff like that?
Yeah, there'll be a lot because there's a lot of new stuff, which is different for us. The last few years we've jumped right into training camp, and we've all known what we're running, things like that. So it's good to have some new stuff, and I think guys came in with an open mind and listened and were eager to learn, and it was a good first practice.
Nick, do you guys all have to learn together, or are there extensions of the staff among veteran players that will sort of assist that process?
Well, I think it's new to all of us, the stuff we're trying to do, and it's not totally different or crazy. A lot of the principles are the same, but it is a new way of doing a lot of things. So I think all of us will have a learning curve, and the coaches will learn more about our personnel too. So we got a lot of work to do, but it was a good start.